Hey Steve and Judy, it's Robert Ty here at O'Regan's Nissan. I promised that I would send you guys some info on the new Murano once it was in. We have the 2019 Nissan Muranos now. We've gotten 3 of them, but the one I want to show you I think is going to be of the most interest to you guys. It is the SL trim level and it's in blue, the same color that you guys were asking about earlier. It is a new blue on it this year, but is really nice and really suits the vehicle. So let's have a look at this brand new 2019 Nissan Murano, which has been refreshed this year. So Steve and Judy, this is our first glimpse at the new Murano. They've done a refresh on the front end here. We see the grille is really nicely laid out. A little bit of a change here. Still has the beautiful curves that it's always had. We've got some really nice wheels to match up with it. Styling is phenomenal on these vehicles. They drive really nice. Still has the 3.5 liter 6-cylinder engine. You see the back here. So this does come with a power lift gate, which is really nice. So it gives you hands-free access to be able to access everything inside the vehicle. In just a moment, we're going to hop in and have a look. I just want to give you guys a really good look at this vehicle. I know you've got a Murano now, and the new ones are absolutely gorgeous. The lines really stand out on it. I really love this new color blue. It's a deep blue pearl. It really suits the vehicle. In the back here, we've got lots of space. You see the new mats are sitting right there. In the side here, we've got our jack and tire iron tucked away nice and neat. We've got a little more storage in this area over here. So if you're out on the go, it gives you a spot to put some stuff. And where it is an SL, it has a Bose premium sound system. So there's our subwoofer in with the spare tire. I'm going to close this back up using the kick motion activation. So this gives you an opportunity to really get a good look at this. And away it goes. Let's have a look inside. The interior of this vehicle is absolutely gorgeous. We see the trim on it here, a nice silver brush trim. We've got the leather seats, a little bit of a two-tone going on there, really nice. Power driver and passenger seat. We've got memory seating here, so you can each set your own driver's setting, and that way nobody's worried about changing the other person's setting. Huge screen on it. Few buttons down here that we're going to explore in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, and then we're going to have a look at some of the features on it. So we see everything coming to life right there. So this is our screen. This is equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. However, you also have a navigation system. So it's really nice in that wherever you want to go, you can just bring it up right here. There is no subscription needed, and like Nissan's been doing with most other vehicles, they've gotten rid of the SD card. You can now just connect to your Wi-Fi so that you can go in and automatically run updates. You can update your maps 4 or 5 times a year so that you're always up to date. If I hit our camera button, I have my 360-degree round view monitor with the backup camera. So right now while I'm in park, I see out the front of the vehicle through the camera and the grille, but down here I see all around. Now I've got a blinking light here because I've got sensors in the back, and where I am pretty close to the 370 behind me, you can see the sensors are lighting up. But I use the front camera for this view, the backup camera for here, and for the 2 side views here, I'm going to show you, these utilize cameras underneath your side mirrors. So it's a pretty neat setup. I'm going to hit this again, and I'm going to get a view down the passenger side of the vehicle over here so I can see where I'm lined up. And if I ever want to line up with a curb on the side of the road, I could just line this line up here, and that'll put me 6 inches from the curb. Our main menu is going to look like this. You've got your audio functionality, which will give you AM, FM, satellite, Bluetooth, USB, auxiliary, CD, which we still have in this. Your satellite radio will be free for the first 3 months as well. Down below here, we've got 2 different USB ports, and this is kind of new. So this is our traditional USB port on USB number 2, but we have a Type-C on USB number 1. So depending on the cord that you have, and they're fairly cheap to get, you can plug into there and it's going to charge your phone even faster. It still interacts with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto on both USB ports. And then down here we've got our heated seats. We do still have the dual climate control in here, so really neat functionality here. So Steve and Judy, if you guys are like my wife and I and like different temperatures, you guys can just turn on the dual and set it for whatever you like. If you're driving on your own, just turn it back off and everything resets to the driver's side. So here on the steering wheel, on the right hand side, we still have our cruise control. However, we now have adaptive cruise control on this. So you're on a long drive, you've got the cruise set, you're catching up to the vehicle in front of you and you do not have an opportunity to get out and around it. Your Murano is going to back up a little bit. Well, not back up, but it's going to slow down and match the speed that the vehicle in front of you is going. As soon as that vehicle moves or you get the opportunity to go out and around, it's going to take you right back up to the speed that you've got set on your cruise control. Really nice feature. This button here allows you to set the distance for it, so you can set 1, 2, or 3 car lengths plus safe distance. Just for example, on the highway doing 100 kilometers per hour here in Nova Scotia, if you've got it set for 1 car length, it's the equivalent of 2 full car lengths and a little bit. So it gives you a nice safe distance. It's about 2 seconds driving on 1 car length. Over on the left side of the steering wheel, up here we've got our voice recognition button. This is for an outbound call or to use the voice recognition. With your navigation, everything grays out, but while you're driving, you can set the navigation right through the voice recognition while you're still driving. That way your eyes stay forward and your hands stay on the wheel. This button here will answer a call or hang up a call. This button here is going to allow me to go through my presets on my radio as such. Or if I'm streaming through CD, USB, or Bluetooth, it will allow me to skip tracks. We'll come back to this button in just a moment. Our source button is going to change the source of my audio. So I'm going to press the source button and I get a menu right up here. So I can go through and select the source of my audio. If I have a CD in, it becomes an option. If Apple CarPlay or Android Auto is connected, that's an option. If I have something plugged into the USB, that's an option. So I'm just going to switch it over to satellite radio. And right away over here we see it's switched over. So now if I hit source again and go back to FM, and I'll watch over here as I press it, right back to FM. I've got my volume buttons down here so that I can fully control the audio on my vehicle here. And like I said, the Murano does have a Bose premium sound system. Now this button here with the shadow box and the arrows is going to control my driver assist display up here. This is the home screen that I'm on. It's probably a favorite for most Nissan owners, as it gives you a compass for your direction, a digital speedometer, and some info on your radio. Now if I go to the right, it's purely radio info. The next one over is related to my navigation system. This gives me some averages right here. There's my average fuel economy. This vehicle has only idled as there's only 10 kilometers on it. This is my driving aids. So this is equipped with automatic emergency braking in the front. That's going to react by taking, if the vehicle in front of you hits the brakes or you're closing the gap between you and the vehicle really quick, it's going to beep at you inside the Murano here and the gas pedal will push back against your foot a little bit. If you don't react fast enough at that point, the beeping will get louder and faster, and if necessary, it will start to apply the brakes to help avoid or minimize an oncoming collision. It is a great feature. That's what the piece in the front here signifies. The two side pieces here have dual function. The first one is pertaining to our blind spot indicators. Nissan has opted to put the blind spot indicators on the inside of the vehicle. To the best of my knowledge, Volvo is the only other company that does this, and they have been deemed the safest car company in the world. So Nissan puts them on the inside for two reasons. One, it's much easier to see it sooner rather than looking out to the corner of your mirror. The second one is, regardless of the weather outside, you're still going to see that inside the vehicle because it is run off of sensors in the rear quarter panels. The other part of our safety shield down here is rear cross traffic detection. So when you're backing out of somewhere, if there's movement on either side of you within 2 car lengths inside the vehicle here, it's going to beep at you. Your blind spot indicator on whichever side the movement is on is going to be flashing, just to let you know that's where your movement's coming from. Our next screen over will monitor your tire pressure once you start driving. From there, if you get a low tire, it's going to tell you that you've got a low tire. It's going to tell you what tire is low and what the exact pressure is. Once you go to the gas station to put air in the tire, just start putting air in. It's going to beep the horn once it gets to the right pressure, so you can stop at that point. It takes all the guesswork out of it, makes it really easy. Any warnings will show up here, so you can come back and review them. I'm going to create a warning. I'm going to go back a screen and open my door a little bit. So there's a warning. Now if I hit that same shadow box button, it goes away. Well, later on, if I'm driving down the road because it's been low wiper fluid, and I see I still got my triangle up here with the yellow exclamation mark, I can come back to the warning screen and it says 1 to review. So I'm going to press OK, and I say I've got my door open in this case. To make it go away, I'm just going to correct the issue and it goes away all on its own. The final screen is settings. I changed 2 settings on our vehicles on the Murano. So I change it so that the moment you shift into park, it unlocks, and I make your front wipers speed dependent when they're in intermittent. Down below here, we have our heated steering wheel. We have a button to turn off the traction control, and we have a button to open or close the hatch if you're inside the vehicle. As I mentioned, we do have memory seats here. This is going to tie in with your side mirrors. So find your spot that you're comfortable, get your mirrors all set, press set, and then press 1 or 2, and that's it, it's set. You're good to go. We do have an auto dimming rear view mirror as well, and we have a really nice panoramic moonroof. So if I go back further, I get the whole thing open. Really beautiful view out of there, lots of light coming in. I hope this refreshed your mind, Steve and Judy, about the Nissan Murano. I know it's an absolutely magnificent vehicle. You wouldn't be looking at it if you weren't interested, and I know that you do have one, so it's a great option to upgrade to. I'd love to be able to help you guys into this when the time is right. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to answer them for you. You can call, text, email, or stop in. If you want to pop in and have a look at this, maybe take it for a test drive, let's get that all set up and see how you like it. I look forward to hearing from you guys and from working with you again. Take care.